Hello everyone. So Channing Tatum's Gambit is officially entering a whole new phase in the MCU, and the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday makes that crystal clear. After spending nearly a decade trying to launch a solo Gambit movie, Tatum finally got his shot through Deadpool and Wolverine, thanks to Ryan Reynolds bringing him into the film. What could have been a quick cameo ended up becoming one of the movie's biggest highlights. Fans immediately connected with Tatum's version of Remy Libau, especially his exaggerated Cajun accent, chaotic energy, and non-stop one-liners. The performance became a meme machine online and helped make Deadpool and Wolverine a massive success, earning over $1.3 billion worldwide and becoming the highest-grossing R-rated movie ever. Now Marvel is taking that momentum and pushing Gambit into much bigger territory with Avengers Doomsday. Tatum's inclusion in the movie is already exciting because he will finally interact with characters from Fox original X-Men universe on the big screen. But according to footage shown at CinemaCon 2026, Marvel is also changing the tone of the character in a major way. The trailer, which hasn't been officially released online yet, reportedly features Gambit fighting Shang-Chi in a huge action sequence. Shang-Chi is using the Ten Rings while Gambit goes all out in combat, and the scene apparently carries a much heavier and more dramatic tone than anything fans saw in Deadpool and Wolverine. That change is intentional. Tatum himself confirmed that the Russo brothers asked him not to go full Kajun this time because they wanted the character to feel more grounded and serious. He explained that when Gambit became serious, there is a certain weight and intensity that comes with him. That tonal shift could be one of the smartest decision Marvel makes with the character. In Deadpool and Wolverine, Gambit worked perfectly as a fun and unpredictable wild card because the movie itself was built around comedy, absurdity, and self-awareness. But Avengers Doomsday appears to be aiming for much higher emotional stakes, possibly involving multiversal destruction and conflicts between entire universes. If Marvel is really building towards an Avenger versus X-Men style clash, Gambit can't just exist as comic relief. He needs to feel like a genuine threat and an important player in the larger story. The fight with Shang-Chi especially hints at that direction. These are heroes from completely different worlds colliding violently, and that immediately raises question about what's causing the conflict. Marvel may be setting up a scenario where the Avengers and the X-Men are forced into opposition to protect their own universe. If that is the case, a more mature and serious Gambit fits naturally into the darker atmosphere. At the same time, toning down the comedy doesn't mean removing Gambit's personality entirely. The MCU has proven multiple times that darker Marvel stories can still include humor without undercutting the drama. Movies like Spider Man No Way Home and Thunderbolts balanced emotional stakes with lighter moments successfully, and Gambit can still prove charisma and charm without turning every scene into a joke. There's also another important factor here. In Avengers Doomsday, Gambit won't just be sharing scenes with Deadpool style character, he'll be likely be alongside Fox classic X-Men cast characters who traditionally carried a much serious tone. Since fans never really got a proper Gambit alongside that generation of X-Men, Marvel now has the opportunity to finally integrate him into that world in a believable way. Adjusting this tone helps him fit naturally beside characters who have always operated in a more dramatic space. In many ways, Avengers Doomsday feel less like a continuation of the joke-heavy Gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine and more like the true beginning of Channing Tatum's long-awaited Gambit era. Instead of being remembered only as hilarious cameo, Marvel seems ready to turn him into a layered, emotionally grounded character who can stand shoulder to shoulder with the MCU's biggest heroes and mutants. Thank you for watching. Bye.